What is this wheel-like thing? I've seen a bunch of old folks have metal things like this lying around their house. I have thought that they are some part of some steam locomotive or something like that, but I'm not sure. Any ideas? Thanks in advance. It's a flywheel on a 19th century letterpress. My dad had one with a wheel like that. He had a motor instead of a foot treadle, and he'd always shove the flywheel by hand to get it started. He'd hit that throw-off arm with his elbow to avoid misprints when he went really fast. He knew what he was doing. What is this thing I found in Grandma's drawer? I've never seen anything like it, and it is next to some brushes and hair stuff. Grandpa and Grandma are 103 and 93 respectively. I am taking care of them while Grandpa broke his leg, and Grandma has dementia. This drawer is in their house near the entrance. Do you guys have any idea? It's a really old-style hair curler, made circa 1960s in Bulgaria. It is in the drawer next to the modern plastic ones. I wish I had stumbled across vintage ones like these. They don't make them like they used to. You take the ball off, wind the hair around the curler, then secure the ball back in place to keep the ends of the hair pressed down. Please help me identify this ivory game piece. My dad just showed me this object, and I am utterly fascinated. He said he thinks it's a game piece, and it seems to be some sort of ivory or bone. The back is flat with green felt, like a pool table, and the hand spins. His childhood friend's mom gave it to him. He's about 70 years old, and we're in the US. Any ideas? It's a Victorian whist marker, a mechanical device that was used to keep score in the card game of whist, popular in the 18th and 19th centuries. Whist is a classic trick-taking card game from Britain, played with 4 players in 2 partnerships, using a standard 52-card deck to win tricks by playing the highest card. Whist evolved into the modern game of contract bridge. What does this Christmas display represent? This is in my neighborhood. I had to ask what it was. Can anyone identify it? Or who or what it is meant to represent, please? It's the universal symbol for shitters full, a well-known quote from the 1989 National Lampoon Christmas Vacation movie. The line is an iconic piece of comedic dialogue, often used as a popular movie reference, especially around the Christmas holiday season. The line is delivered by the character Cousin Eddie, played by Randy Quaid. In the scene, Eddie pulls his decrepit RV up to the Griswold family home and proceeds to empty its septic tank into the nearby storm sewer. When the surprised main character, Clark Griswold, notices what he is doing, Eddie cheerfully greets his neighbors and announces the status of his RV's toilet. The exact line spoken in the movie is actually, "Merry Christmas, shitter was full." The slightly altered "shitter's full" has become a widespread misremembered quote, a common example of the Mandela effect. The phrase is so popular that it's frequently used on merchandise like t-shirts, mugs, and Christmas ornaments. What is this thing hanging on the wall of a Cracker Barrel in Morrisville, North Carolina? This thing looks like it was a cutout of wood, with a detailed wood or plastic intricate pattern on top, and then some felt that is wearing off on top of that. I called and asked the general manager, and they didn't know either. Have any of you seen this before, or know what it was used for? It's a wallpaper stamping block from the Victorian era. Here are mine that I got at a flea market. Paper sheets were laid flat on long printing tables, then the block was dipped into pigment or distemper paint, and the printer carefully pressed the block onto the paper. Multiple blocks were used in precise alignment to build up complex multicolor patterns. A single wallpaper design could require dozens of different blocks. What is this, some sort of valve with a dial on it? The thing is approximately 3 inches tall and looks like it screws onto something. My mother found it at a garage sale, and we have no additional details on where it is from or how it was used. Thank you for any help in identifying. It's a device for measuring, registering, and pouring. Change the dial to adjust how much liquid is dispensed. It was patented on December 31st, 1968, by Peter P. Bazarnik of Willoughby, Ohio. It's a device for measuring the amount of liquid dispensed from a bottle, for pouring the measured amount into a container, and for registering the number of times that the measured amount has been dispensed. My grandmother used to collect cats from around the world. But what is this? Our late grandmother used to travel the world and lived on a number of continents. She had over 100 cat souvenirs and artifacts from her visits and stays. And one is this, which I can place. It's a flat-looking cat that splits in half to reveal a very flat compartment that is only a few millimeters in height. I'm not sure what material it's made of, but it has a lot of weight to it and is quite smooth. It does not feel like stone or marble. What could it be? It's an inkstone. They are mostly rectangular. Yours is a decorative one. Inkstones with cat motifs existed as early as the Han Dynasty, from 206 BCE to 220 CE. It's a traditional tool used to grind solid ink into liquid ink for writing, calligraphy, and painting, especially in East Asian cultures. It has a smooth grinding surface and a small well or reservoir to hold water and ink. A few drops of water are placed on the stone, and a solid ink stick, made from soot and animal glue, is rubbed in circular motions. The grinding produces liquid ink of the desired thickness, and the ink is picked up with a brush for writing or painting. What is this metal thing I found along an easement in Illinois? Everyone I asked is saying it's the end of a leaf spring from a truck buried vertically. Is it really part of a leaf spring? Thanks for whatever information anyone can provide. It's the end of the bumper off a very old car or truck, likely 20s to 30s. It is not a leaf spring, no matter how many people incorrectly identify it as such. The chrome cap and the fact that there's a second strip of metal running behind it are indicative of a front bumper and are not parts of any type of suspension leaf spring. If you also look closely, there is a convex shape on the narrow dimension, instead of being flat. It's most likely a property line or easement marker. Please leave it. What is this painted wooden game or thing, which seems to be a commentary on gender roles that I found at an antique shop last year? It seems like a gag gift for newlyweds or something, but what? The longer I stare at it, the less I get what the joke could be. The parallel responses seem non-parallel. The thing is about 2.5 feet tall and has circular slots that seem like they would hold a pair of tubes that length. But what goes in, where, and why? I asked previously an online group, but I still don't have a good explanation for what the mechanic would be. The shop where I saw this carries a lot of Americana stuff from bars and estates from the 40s to the 80s. Any ideas? Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.